What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live talk with the upcoming DraftKings slate for January 1st, 2021. So, yes, it is finally New Year's. So, we're going to dig right into the slate. But before we begin, hit that like button for me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me on a ton, as y'all know. And let's dig right into this 10 gamer. I love 10 gamers, they're basically one of my favorites. And I'm excited about this slate with a lot of value opening up. So let's dig right into it with the first game, Memphis and Hornets. I'm more so on the Memphis side of this game. I like Jovel at his price, 8,300. We know he's going to be the focal point of this offense. We know where the minutes are going to go for him. I'm liking him a ton. With Jay Morant out, they priced up Tyus Jones already, which if we look, Tyus Jones is now 5,100. He's still priced up. But with the guard position with Morant out, Melton possibly out, and Grayson Allen questionable, we're going to have to look to a guy like Desmond Bane at the point guard position for 3,700. I don't mind him at all. I like his game log with 32 minutes last game, getting you 25 points. I don't mind that at all. Like I said, he's going to have to get you minutes. Brandon Clark you could look to at the power forward position with possibly with the stack of with Jovel, Clark, and Bane. I don't mind that stack with Anderson. Pretty high price to me at 6,000. I'm not paying 6,000 for him. I'm not paying 6,300 for Brooks either. I'm basically now looking at Jovel and Desmond Bane. Let's go to the Charlotte side. This is a team that's just I'm crossing off in general. I don't like the price of Gordon Hayward after an awful shooting day. Devontae Graham has not shot the ball well at all. And you have Terry Rozier who's having to pick up the slack. I don't mind Rozier. I'm not on this team in general. PJ Washington, his minutes are all over the place. Do you trust LaMelo Ball? I don't trust him at all. That rhymed. But of course, at the same time, I still don't trust him. Mikhail Bridges, we don't know what we're gonna get out of Bridges. Biombo's high priced. I'm off him. So in this game, mainly Joe Val and Desmond Bane. Miami and Dallas, Luca Doncic. Let's talk about Luca Doncic, the hometown man. He is just not in shape. He is not looking like his normal Luca Doncic self. He's not the magic man anymore. I'm not really seeing it out of him. I'm not on him at this price. I'd rather spend up for other options. I just don't really see much on this Dallas team I want. Do you trust Josh Richardson after a 1 for 10 game? I don't really trust it. Tim Hardaway, how scoring dependent he is. Dorian Finney-Smith, I can like other value. With Matt T. Kleber questionable, you might possibly look at Boban, but I'm not on this team at all. Looking at Miami, with Jimmy Butler now questionable and more likely going to play, that takes out Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, and Duncan Robertson basically from me. I don't like their prices if Jimmy Buckets does play. I don't like Bam's price if he does play. Overall, guys, this is just a cross-off game, in my opinion. Let's go to Boston and Detroit. Boston, I like some of Boston. I like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I don't mind them two as a stud options if you want to stack them together. Marcus Smart, no way. Not really looking at Tice unless Thompson's out. That's the only way I play one of them. I'm not really looking at anybody on this Boston team other than the very top options with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in good matchups. I think their price is viable. I think they're in, like I said, a good matchup. I don't mind them. On the Detroit side, Jeremiah Grant, he's a little high priced to me. With Blake Griffin out, I can much rather get to Derrick Rose at the guard position for a value who's still going to see usage rate. If Josh Jackson does start, I don't mind that. If it's 200, Mason Plumlee's just kind of an okay option to me. I forgot to mention if Jet Teague does start for Boston, I don't mind that either. Killian Hayes, if he is out officially, I don't mind getting some DeLon Wright as a value. And that's basically where I'm looking at in this game. Let's move on to the Atlanta and Brooklyn game. This is going to be a high-paced, competitive game. Trae Young, he's going to play. I like him a lot at 10,000, but I'd much rather get to Kevin Durant and Kyrie. I give KD the slight edge, basically, after the last game with Kyrie shooting awful. But he did bounce back in the fourth and got you around 40 points. I don't mind either guy. I'd much rather get to Kevin Durant, though. I like these three studs at the very top. John Collins finally had a coming out party. He looked good. I don't mind getting to him as a value. Karis LeVert, I'm not on. I'm not really liking this team not liking the rest of the team other than if DeAndre Hunter is out for the Hawks. You can look to Cam Reddish and Kevin Hooter for values. I like them too a lot, and I can definitely see them as viable mid-range options. Let's move on to Chicago and Milwaukee. This game has the potential to blow out. If it does, then there goes all your value. Greek Freak is 11,000. I don't mind that. But again, this game could blow out. That's why I'm not getting to Middleton or Drew Holiday or really anyone on this Bucks team other than Greek Freak if he does play. Looking at Chicago, I like the guys here. If they want to have this game close, they're going to have to look at guys like Otto Porter Jr., Kobe White, and Zach LaVine. Look how many guys they have out. There's a ton of guys that are out. So that's why I'm looking at these top three options in Zach LaVine and Kobe White and Otto Porter Jr. They're going to have to carry this team. That's the only way this team is going to stay in the game. That's what I'm looking at is three top options. Other than that, you can get to some Thad Young if he does start at 3,500. I don't mind that at all. Sorry, I had to take a drink. But other than that, guys, Daniel Gafford, you can look to as a value with no Hudson. I don't mind that either. That's basically where I'm looking at for this game. Let's move on to the Washington and Minnesota game. So, with Westbrook potentially out, you can look to Bradley Beal, who's going to be a top option now as a value at 9,400. I like him a ton, just like I like Thomas Bryant a ton. Those two guys are going to carry this offense. You can give me some Ish Smith with Westbrook possibly out, but I'd much rather get to the other value in Raul Neto. Neto will probably start for Russell Westbrook. He's a value I'm easily getting to. Give me him as a value all day, every day. Looking at the Minnesota team with no Cat. Oops. You can get to D'Angelo Russell, 7,500, easily a value. Who's going to be the number one guy on this team? Malik Beasley, the number two guy on this team. Those two guys are definitely a combo I'm looking at. Nas Reed possibly is a value, but his price did slightly go up. Jarrett Culver is a value, even though he went over 10. I don't mind him. Ricky Rubio, if he does start, you can certainly get to him as a value. I'm basically looking at the starters for this game as value picks on the slate. Because of how big the slate is, you're going to have to find value. I'm going to go probably the stars and the scrubs approach. That's why I'm liking D'Angelo Russell as a top spin up and Malik Beasley as a value. Moving on to the final four games, Lakers and San Antonio. I'm going to be honest, guys. This game is not really on my radar. If LeBron James does play, I mean, if you want to get to Anthony Davis, LeBron James, but I'd much rather get to other spin ups like KD or Kyrie. I'm just not liking a lot in this game. If Aldridge is out, you can look to Pirtle. That's basically where I'm looking at. There's other value in these games that I'm liking a ton. Phoenix and Denver, kind of the similar story. This is going to be a great defensive game. But if Murray is out, you can look to a guy like Monty Morris. Is a value of 4,700. Michael Porter Jr. is going to have to step up also, and you can get to Nikola Jokic as a spin-up option. I don't mind at all. If you want Jokic, you can definitely have him as your center, building block. On the Sun side, Devin Booker is still too high priced to me. He's just not looked the same this season. Ayton, though, I like him, even though this is a bad matchup. Chris Paul, I'm not on, especially if Monty Morris is playing. He's good at defense. It's basically where I'm just looking at in this game. I'm not liking this game overall. Clippers and Jazz, another late night hammer. If you want to get to Gobert and Mitchell, they're definitely underpriced. I don't mind getting to them. At 7,400 and 6,800. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, I'd much rather get you other spin-up options. Marcus Morris Sr. is now possibly back, so that takes away from Ibaka and Zubac. Lou Will is still underpriced at now under 5,000. I don't mind that at all. And that's where I'm looking at overall in this game. Portland and Golden State. Damian Lillard, too high price to me. Much rather get to other guys. Stephen Curry, though, I like that a lot. I think he can definitely stay in this game and make it competitive. JJ McCollum has stepped up this season. I like him. Wiggins, I've never played Wiggins in my life. I'm off of him. Draymond Green is now questionable, so that takes away from guys like Pascal, guys like Damian Lee, Looney, guys like that. Usage rate is now gone for them. On the Blazers side, Cantor is taking minutes away from Nurkic. This is a good spin-up option, though. In the mid-range is Nurkic in the bounce-back game. I don't mind that at all. That's basically where I'm looking at overall in this game. So before we leave, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me a ton, as y'all know. I hope everybody has a good and safe rest of their night for New Year's. Have a good one, everybody.